You're watching The Ugly Inside. Subscribe below.
Hello, welcome along to our end of season reviews. We're moving forward into our strikers now then. We're here to talk about Jay Rodriguez, who sometimes hasn't taken much of his opportunities, hasn't been given much of a chance. He's been a bit of a cameo player this season with Derek from the original Fanzine, Clive's here, Chris is from the Saints March, and Ewan, thanks for joining us, mate. Jay Rodriguez, we'll start with you, Ewan. Again, cameo appearances really, hasn't had much of an opportunity to make a stamp in his first team.
Yeah, I really feel for Jay. He's had a tough old time since his injury, and he hasn't really. I think he's scored 5 goals in 3 years in the Premier League, which is, from an outsider's view, you'd say that's not good enough. But consistency, I think he should be playing ahead of Shane Long. I think he should be given a chance to run of games. I know he had a few when Charlie Austin got injured, but I just think more recently, I think he's been playing better. I mean, after the Leicester game, where he scored a great goal, he played really well. He got an assist against West Ham, and then as soon as Gabbiadini came in, he was dropped. And I mean, either one of them, either you could play with 2 up top, or you could drop one in behind. Gabbiadini as a second striker or something like that. And I just feel like, I think he's off. I think he is. I think he wants to go. He posted on Twitter the other day saying, training with the under-23s, I think it was a bit sarcastic. And I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves, but I don't want him to.
And he's had a bit of a tough time this season, hasn't he? I mean, as you said, we've got 4 strikers now, then ahead of them Shane Long, Charlie Austin when he's fit, Manolo Gabbiadini. How does Claude fit Jay Rodriguez? But the only thing that where I see it, J-Rod has something different to the other 3. He can play out wide and play as a left or the right midfielder.
Yeah, he can do. I look at his goals, and they've been real quality goals. Real quality goals. Sadly, he hasn't done it enough times, but then other people would argue he hasn't had enough chances in the team. I respect anyone who comes back from that cruciate ligament injury, and especially with him because he had a complication in the first operation, and so that cast a doubt on whether he was ever going to play again, to be honest. So it's a long road back, and he's done well to even get there. I feel that goals are everything for strikers. Gives you the confidence, gives you the belief. He may be one of these players who could possibly go down a division to the Championship and do particularly well, and then come back again. Because at the moment I see him as a bit of a bit part player for Saints. Somebody who's going to come off the bench, which I don't think Jay would want that, really.
Yeah, he's a good lad, he's got a great attitude.
Yeah, fantastic, good supporters.
As you say, Jay, I think the likelihood is that he could be looking for an exit this summer.
I think I'd like to see him do well if he left. I don't think he maybe fits too well in Puel's system. I think Gabbiadini, Long, and even Austin have probably got a little bit more of a step ahead of him in terms of like straight line speed. You know, Rodriguez maybe isn't the strongest. I think we look at the season where obviously he got the 13 or 15 league goals, however many it was. He was playing more as like an inside forward off Ricky Lambert. I think when we've played him up front on his own per se, like when we brought him on for Gabbiadini on Wednesday, I don't think he plays too well as a lone striker. I think looking at when he's been linked to Newcastle, I think you could potentially partner him up front with Dwight Gale, who's obviously quite a pacey striker. And I think you look at when he played with Long's a quicker striker than him. Long played it in and found Rodriguez who scored. I think we just haven't played to his strengths this season. I think, and that's potentially why he struggled. I think he needs to play in a system where he can kind of play off someone, whether that's a target man or a quicker striker. I think he'll leave this summer.
Yeah, and the likelihood is, the tabloids suggest that he could be going to somewhere like Crystal Palace, West Brom, as Chris said, Newcastle perhaps now they come up. They've got a war chest to deal with. But the positives for Jay's season, he scored some cracking goals, an excellent goal, and was a goal of the season contender against Bournemouth.
Absolutely. For me, he's never been an instinctive finisher. He's never been that 6-yard box man that we lack. But there will be no shortage of suitors for his services, I can assure you of that. Possibly someone like Newcastle will benefit from having him, West Brom, etc. I wish him well. Great attitude, really nice person. I wish him well. Okay, think away from the club.
Let's wrap things up then. A summary of Jay's season and a marking out of 10. Ewan?
I think he'll leave. I think he'd like to stay, but opportunities haven't presented themselves. If Claude stays, I think he'll go anyway. 7 out of 10 for Jay.
Yeah, got to echo what Ewan said again. It's exactly what I was thinking. I think if Puel stays, I think Rodriguez will go. I think if Puel goes, there's a chance he could stay. I think he's been a tiny bit inconsistent, but that comes from a lack of chances and a lack of confidence. So I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10, purely off the stats alone.
Okay, Clive?
Some great goals. I think maybe it depends on the management situation. You never know in football. 5 minutes later, somebody else comes in, likes you, plays you in the right position. Those great goals shows he's got that ability. So I'll give him 7 out of 10 because his attitude is fantastic.
Derek?
I would always give him an 8 out of 10. Great attitude, but as I said, I see his future away from the club, and I wish him well.
I'm going to go as far as saying a 6.5 out of 10. A 9 out of 10 for that excellent goal against Bournemouth. Of course. Certainly a goal of the season contender, but I think it comes down to the amount of time he's had on the pitch, and unfortunately he hasn't had it this season. So that's my rating. Those are our ratings. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Summarise Jay Rodriguez's season in the comments. Leave us your ratings, leave us your likes, and subscribe for more.